Had to help kick someone out of a club for flashing, and I was the bad person. This happened last night at the club I go to. It's not like super negative, but OMG, it's. So I was with some friends and celebrating my bestie's B-day. We got food before that and got an Uber to the club, and we got seats up on the rooftop bar. It was around 9 p.m. and the usual club crowd wasn't around yet. And NGL, it was kind of weird for me too, because I'm usually at the clubs by 10 or 11. We're talking for an hour sitting on the rooftop bar area, and then I get approached by my friend who's head of security at the club, and he pulls me aside and tell me to just follow him, so I do. He takes me downstairs to the middle dance floor where the sweatbox was, and there's a few guys and a ton of girls dancing in it. The sweatbox has a glass screen with a few leather-padded walls in it so people can dance while the dance floor isn't crammed. It's also just to flex yourself, and that's what some random girl was doing. Security guard friend was like, "Help me deal with her and her boyfriend, stay by the door, I'll call you over if I need you." And I just nodded silently because I knew what was happening. She was flashing her breasts to everyone in the sweatbox, and even getting close to the glass to flash others on the dance floor across from her. Since it's not technically allowed, I knew it was already going to be a show getting her to leave, and I wasn't wrong. Security friend walks in there and reprimands her and says something I don't hear because the sweatbox is soundproof, but she's already resisting him, and she's got one of her friends grabbing his shoulder trying to get him to stop. He looks at me through the glass frame in the door and signals for me to come in, and I go in and get her friend to stop despite being between them, and dreading that I'm gonna catch hands. He takes her out and they're arguing with me more than my security guard friend, and she's cussing me out because I'm not stopping him. But it got handled after a couple more guards came over to help out, and my friend says, "Thanks, we'll do the rest from here." And I go back to the rooftop bar to my friends. It was over an hour later I get some guy I didn't know sitting down next to me and is like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I know he's not asking to talk, he's inciting something because his tone was condescending. He tells me something like, "You want to ruin anything else tonight, brother?" And I just tell him to f off and that I was doing a favor for a friend. He gets annoyed with me and goes off to talk to more of his boys because he's like, "Hey," and pointing at me while looking in the distance, probably just trying to scare me, and then he forces me to apologize and I don't. I text my friend to come over while he's having a go at me, and a different guard comes over after a minute and rushes him out of the room. Security guard friend pulls me aside and asks me if okay, and I said yeah, and he just says, "It's part of the job, man, don't take it personally," and I nodded. I was just trying to help him out. I take zero satisfaction in even slightly pissing people off, but some of the shit that guards take from people is why I'm not a security guard in the first place. Like I don't want to crash out during my job.